everybody, Lori here from Unique in the Creek, and today we're going to be doing a quick tutorial on a fun snowman. I'm going to be using 1 roll of white snowdrift mesh, okay, and I've pre-cut my snowdrift mesh already at 21 inches long, 16 pieces, 1/6, okay? So 16 pieces of 21 inch at 21 inch long, okay? We are going to be using vinyl number 509 for his face. I'm going to be using this plush awesome hat. It's really cute, and it's just like Frosty's hat. Okay, and then I'm going to also add to the bottom, when I'm done, this little ornament wood bead thing. I don't know what they're called. Yeah, wood ornament snowflake bead thing. We're going to add that to the bottom so it looks like buttons and a snowflake hanging off his buttons. It's going to be really super cute. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my vinyl on. Okay, so this is a vinyl sticker, we'll say. It's very high quality. It is UV protected vinyl, and it's outdoor vinyl. So once it's on the board, it's on there, okay? Unless you pick at it and try and peel it off. So it's really got a high adhesive on it. Now, when I do my vinyls, I like to use what's called the water method. And I like to do that because if you don't get it right, the vinyl right the first time, with the water method, it allows you to peel off the vinyl and redistribute it, or put it so it's not crooked. And then once you're happy with it, we'll squeegee it, and some of the water will come out, and it will take about 24 hours to cure, but you can still decorate it after we put it on, okay? But it does take 24 hours to completely dry, and your vinyl will be stuck on there. All right, so what I do is I have this little spray bottle. I actually have to get some more of these for the store because they're pink, and I had a whole bunch in the store and they're sold out. But what I'm gonna do is spritz just a little bit, okay? You don't need a lot. You can see there's not a lot on there. I don't know if you can see, but there's not a lot on there. Okay, so I spritz my water, and up at the top here, there is a number 1 with 2 divoted holes. Those are our hanging holes, and they are also the center of our board, okay? And this is the top. This is the top of our wreath. So what you want to do is peel off, and I got my squeegee, and I got a paper towel. You can use paper towel, toilet paper, Kleenex, whatever you have handy. It's just to catch the water that's coming out. The felt on the squeegee will catch the water, but your squeegee will last longer if it's not wet constantly. So that's why I use paper towel as well. Okay, so we spritzed our water. You're going to carefully peel off your vinyl. Okay, it's really sticky. This is now garbage. And what I'm going to do is I just kind of eyeball putting the vinyl on. Now, the direct center of my vinyl is right between his eyes. Okay, so right where it says number 1 and number 2, that is the direct center. So I am going to line up these holes with the center of his eyeballs. And you're going to place your vinyl just so it sits inside of the last hole before it hits the solid piece, okay? So mine looks really straight. It's perfect. Even if it's a little crooked, it doesn't really matter because it's, you know, it's a snowman. So once you're happy with the placement of your vinyl, you can then go around and you take your paper towel and your squeegee, and these squeegees make a huge difference with putting the vinyls on. You are going to start in the center of your vinyl and push out, okay? I did forget to mention that make sure there is no dust, no glitter, no anything on your board, because if there is, you will see little bumps in your vinyl because of the little, whatever, dog hair, and that's usually what's on mine, is dog hair. But I made sure it was clean. So you're just going all the way around from the center to the outside. Okay, I've collected almost all the water on the paper towel. I'm now going to go and do the same thing because you get a better adhesion when you use just the squeegee. Okay, so just center all the way around, and this will take out any air bubbles that may be there. Now there's something on my board here. See, once it's the water is, there we go. Yep, piece of glitter. It's actually the diamond dust glitter because it's quite chunky. And then just put it back down and then go all the way around. And now our wreath frame and our sign are all one piece. That's what I love about these boards. This is awesome. And we have over 500 different vinyls that you can choose from. So we have all kinds of character faces as well. All right. I'm going to be using some battery timered lights. Okay, we do sell these at uniqueinthecreek.com. They do have a timer on them. So if you, I'm blind here, if you switch it all the way to the right, it's in the on position and you need 2 AA batteries. If you put it right in the middle, it's on the timer, okay? So these stay on for 6 hours and then they shut themselves off for 18. So what you would do is you set it and you forget it. So I can turn them on. If I turned them on right now and left it at 7:22 tomorrow night, the lights would come back on again. And then 6 hours later, they will shut themselves off. And then the following day at 7:22, they'll turn themselves back on. So it's really handy that you don't have to remember to shut your wreath or turn your wreath off to save the batteries. So this is just going to be a fun addition to this snowman. And now, if you weren't putting lights on, we would be starting to put the mesh on. However, I'm going to put lights on my snowman because why not? And when you put the lights on, all you have to do is literally tape them on for right now, because once we zip tie our mesh in, the zip ties are also going to hold in the light wire. Okay, so I just tape them on, and you won't be able to see the tape. So we'll start with the very end. Now I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using the inside sets of holes on row 2. Okay, so I want my lights to shine down on his face. So I'm going to start and just put the light bulb just a little, about 1/2 inch past the vinyl here. And just making sure every so often that there is a little piece of wire from the lights in between these holes. You don't have to do every single one in between the holes, but we want to make sure that some of the wire does get in there so it's zip tied in. So I'm just going between every set of holes with a little bit of the light bulb on the vinyl. Turn them on. So you can see it's going to shine on his face. And you'll see the light. You probably won't see the light bulb because of the mesh once we put the mesh on. I will eventually, when we're done the wreath, the light packet, I will Velcro it to the board underneath the mesh so you won't even see it. Alrighty, we are done with his lights. So it'll be about here that I Velcro the light packet, okay? So we'll just keep that to the side for right now. All right, so now I'm going to preload my board. So I am going to use hole 1 to 1.5, which is perfect because that's where my wires go and are seem to be going anyways. So I'm going to preload the board with the zip ties open. So when you do this, you want to make sure the flat part of your zip tie head is facing between the two holes so that when you put your tail and your zip tie head together, it's going to lock and you'll hear that zipping sound. So you need 16 zip ties. Are ready to go here. So we're going to about 2 inches in, or if you want even curlier one, you can bring it in, just roll it a little bit like that and put your clothespin on, roll it again, a couple rolls, and then scrunch right down the middle, and then you got more curls. Pinch the center, put it right on the board, and you're going to come around with your zip tie. Before you tighten it, I like to make sure that both sides are even and pull that tight. You're going to clip off the zip tie tails. They're hard to see in the white, so you might want to do it as you're going. And scrunch it right up the middle. So you're just dragging your mesh and pleating it with your thumb and your forefinger right down the center, and then again we're putting where we pinched on the center right on the board and just coming around with the zip tie. Very easy to do. And I just you can clip it back to keep the mesh from getting in your workspace there. And again, the mesh we cut at 16. We cut 16 at 21 inches. So I just rolled twice and then scrunch down the middle. So when you are pinching and making your ruffle, you don't want to do it on a table with a tablecloth because you're going to pinch up your tablecloth while you're trying to scrunch. So if you can, just move your tablecloth off your table a bit, or you can use a cutting mat on top of your tablecloth. And it's funny I have to say that, but there is people that actually try and they get it all, their tablecloth all caught up in their mesh. So you see I'm pinching and I'm sliding the mesh as I'm pinching or pleating, whatever you want to call it. So you can see how full this is getting. And this is a really nice high coverage Deco mesh because of the cotton snow drift. It's very close together. So this is my favorite mesh to make a snowman with. Off. We are done. Now we're going to open all this. His curls. And we don't want to cover too much of his face. And put his buttons on. Shorten this. I'll try it again. Again, let's do slide down the jute string. That's it. I knew it would come to me. And zip tie it right to the board. Clip off this tail. Oh, this dowel is just glued. It's got a little bit of glue. You can pop it right out. Okay? A hole right by the band, right there, and put a pipe cleaner. Now, I'm not using a zip tie because the zip tie is not long enough on that side. And then one on this side, right by the band at the edge here. So we're going to pull this to the back. Give it a twist. So what I'm going to do is go down these two holes right here. Once you get the pipe cleaner through one hole, grab it on the back. There we go, and just give it a little twist till you get the other one. I have this love-hate thing with pipe cleaners. There we go. Now we're going to fix our mesh before we tighten our hat. So we have a little bit of mesh in behind the hat, but we want some in the front as well, so it doesn't look like he's bald. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Move some of this mesh around. There. So he has some curls coming out of his hat. Yay! Because we don't want his hat flopping forward. I'm going to put a little bit of glue, maybe a lot of it, some glue along the back, so when I press it back, it is going to stick to the mesh. Go. And just slightly bring it back. There, that worked splendidly. Now he's so cute. And once I get some Velcro, I will Velcro that. Velcro is got an adhesion on it, and then you just stick it right onto the board, right in between, like that, and then you won't even see the battery pack. Make sure you don't see any of your board or anything, and make sure the curls are not going right on his face. And we're gonna put our hanger on. We're gonna clean up these ends of these pipe cleaners. So cut them off. And back down. Try and get all this glue off. And our hanger. So we zip tie down the one hole, back up the other. There we go. And there we go. Oop. Thank you so much for joining me while I worked through this, and I will talk to you guys all soon. Bye everybody.